I'm starting now. All right, hello guys. Welcome to episode 13 of Podcast Prime. We've got a cherry running away. He's like super scared. He's like, oh man, I don't want to be here. These people are too scary. We've got F3 Katy Perry.
Oh my
looks
god.
like the cherry ran back to get some food.
Yep.
What did you grab, a cherry?
Chicken.
Oh my
Oh my god. I'm not gonna go any further with that. But we've also got BrawL's Telekinetic, who 1v5 does API today and didn't die.
That was hilarious.
That was, oh my god, that was disgusting. How are you today?
I'm well.
Alright, so
Yep.
for today, we're going to be talking about impressions on the patch. So, bunch of stuff kind of changed. And at the same time, a lot of stuff didn't change. We're going to talk about mixed company, like moving or like swapping roles and how that kind of impacted them. We're going to be talking about potential future item changes that are coming to the game. And we're going to be talking about let's talk about the ESL standings and how like who can make fourth place, because it seems like the top three have already been pretty much decided. So, and then after that we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So alright, so moving on to the patch. So new patch just came out. Atomic Wonder Woman got nerfed, Harley Quinn got nerfed, like all the controllers got nerfed, and then there are like system changes to make the game like end earlier. So does anyone want to talk about that?
Not it.
All right. So anyway, so
All right. Actually, I will
Okay.
talk. I will talk. All right. So actually, I feel like the game has gotten easier to end. I think that was actually a good change. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't see the difference while I'm playing, but then we just end the game faster. So I'm not sure if it's actually just because we've been closing out games better, or if it's because the game's actually easier to end. But one of the two ways it's happening. And then, what was the other thing you said? The ending game earlier and...
You know, champions got nerfed.
Oh, yeah. I still think A-Dubs is OP. And Mecha Wonder Woman's probably right up there with her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
So let's kind of talk about Mecha Wonder Woman, because she was already a champion that was, you know, very, very viable. She could go mid, she could go bottom. She does pretty well in both lanes. She had no problem scaling into the late game. And then Turbine was like, let's insanely buff her. So her ult deals attack damage, which I feel like was a change that needed to be in like the September update. But now the ult applies stacks of the passive, so that ult will do so much damage, and we're already seeing like people ban out Mecha Wonder Woman. So anybody have thoughts on new Mecha Wonder Woman?
That falls to me, right? And I don't know.
Go for
I
it.
think Mecha Wonder Woman is like way. I think she's not. Okay, she's much stronger than the other ADs. So yeah, she's really good.
Mhm.
That ulti is just so useful now. Before then, it was like kind of good early game, and then tapered off really hard. But now, like, it fulfills a lot of roles. Like it'll fulfill a massive AOE role, and if it also like, and now that it procs your passive, you could just get like double. You could auto Q and then proc passive with your ulti for a lot of burst damage on one target, and still do a bunch of AOE. It's kind of intense.
Mm-hmm. So you think Mecha Wonder Woman is just kind of like head and shoulders above like all the other AD carries right now?
Pretty much. I'm kind of sad that like she got this super buff, because I've been like doing pretty well with her, and now I'm never gonna get to play her ever again. So I have to work on other ADs.
I don't see her being let through. Like, if she was let through, it's probably going to be first picked. Because she's just that strong now, so...
Mm-hmm. So another champion I kind of want to touch on that you talked about, Telly, is Atomic Wonder Woman. So she has been literally permabanned on Red Side for like the past, I don't know, 3 months or something. something ridiculous like that. Like pretty much ever since the September patch launched, and she got some nerfs in the last patch, but we still see like Atomic Wonder Woman bans coming through. So anybody want to take me away on like what they feel, how they feel about her?
She's good.
I feel like her kit's just so good that unless they just make her unplayable by nerfing her numbers that hard, that she's gonna be OP. Like it's either OP or not playable because that's just her kit. That's how I think it is, at least.
I think she's in a good spot right now.
I think she's in a good spot.
I think people would still need to adjust to her, but I think she's still strong because people haven't adjusted to it yet. So
she's definitely strong. Like I think you should. Well, I won't even go that far, but I would say that like if you pick A-dubs, like I think you're always happy about an A-dubs pick, which means that that's like one of the best champions. Not that it's necessarily like the best champion, but it's okay. Like some champions are going to be stronger than other champions. I don't think she needs changing. Mm-hmm. She feels good.
Yeah, I think she's in a good spot.
Does she feel fair to play against now?
Yeah, her early game, when she ganks pre-6 now, I don't feel threatened. Like it'll still be like kind of bad if it's like 3v2 bottom, but I don't feel like I'm gonna die instantly. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm ganked by anybody else, like if ATGL comes down and hooks me, then I'm like, oh, I'm dead. But if like ACWW comes down, I feel like I can outdamage her, and her trade potential isn't that good. And if they counter gank her and it's like a 3v3, I don't think she'll be like that strong in that.
Mm-hmm. So because we've seen like BrawL bust Atomic Wonder Woman out a lot, and Ease has kind of been like getting mixed results. I think he's won like every game on Atomic Wonder Woman post.
Yeah, we're 4-0 with her so far. So.
But like his early game has been kind of shaky. So.
Well, actually, I think the only time the early game for him has been shaky was actually our 2 games today. But the first time that we picked her, like Wednesday, I think, in Kings of the Crisis, it was the entire game. You know what I mean? So.
No, I'm just referencing like today because today he was like he wasn't doing too great in the early game, but
it's because like our lanes weren't doing that well early. So then like since we weren't even doing that well in our lanes early, then he was already playing a champion who just got hit early game too. Right. So it just
so she's still very, very good. Is she still like worth banning on like red side if you don't like just auto ban or no?
I don't know. I think it's like I think you could ban her if the other team has like a good A-dubs player and you're like, we don't want that person to get A-dubs. Right. But it's also like an open slot where you can go, oh, well, they also have a guy who only plays Gas Joker top lane, and that's all he ever plays, so let's just ban that instead.
Yeah, so when you ban that guy, he just plays API, and then when you somehow ban both of them, then he's
what do I play then?
He's just out of champions. He's just gone. He's just gonna AFK.
AFK and well.
4v5.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can FF.
That's the thing that I like about this patch, though. Is like before every team was on the same page. Like Harley Quinn and A-dubs were too strong, and so red side bans were locked in. Right now, I'm fearing a scenario where like Harley Quinn and Mecha Wonder Woman are gonna be the red side bans. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but at least for the moment, there's flexibility, which means that like you could really see any 10 champions in a game on either side. Like you don't really know how it's gonna pan out right now, and that's a healthier state than what we were in before. Because what we were in before was like you were seeing champions like be like way too predictable. Like everything could be like you could just tell me which 2 teams were playing, and I'd tell you like which champions were being played by who. And that was not a good situation, and it's much less so like that right now. It feels very, very comfortable to be able to like trade good picks for other good picks. It's good stuff.
you know, as a caster, like casting on like last patch, like I would just in champion select, like sometimes like I wouldn't even talk about red side bans just because it was literally just always Atomic Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn. Like it got to the point where I was just like, all right, what's blue side gonna ban, because that's way more interesting to talk about. Just because like maybe they have like a strong Joker player or something like that, or you know, they want to ban X Y out. But red side was always Harley Quinn, Atomic Wonder Woman. We've been seeing a little bit of that, or like we saw a little bit of that today in the Go For. I think Mixed Company was banning out Harley Quinn, Atomic Wonder Woman. Hug banned out Harley Quinn, Atomic Wonder Woman. But yeah, like I do appreciate like the more diverse pick and ban phase, because it makes a more interesting draft to talk about. So I'm sure you guys are all glad that you don't have to ban Harley Quinn, Atomic Wonder Woman every single game.
Yeah.
You're a red side, of course.
I liked it. I hate those champions.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I hate Harley Quinn so much.
all right. So talking about like red
She's
side,
like anti-fun to me.
I want to talk about Harley Quinn because she
Okay.
received like this nerf in the patch, right? So she has to put herself like, you know, closer to danger to really like get off her skills and stuff now. So we didn't see any of her today because she was still banned out pretty much. She's still absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, everyone played her and she was still good. So
Yep.
banned her.
Yeah, we got her in Kings of the Crisis Wednesday, and she's still just so strong.
Mm-hmm.
This whole
I
week
wish
in
we-
scrims, my team has been banning Shazam and Green Lantern Prime. So, like everything.
Hey, I was gonna play Green Lantern. What the heck?
Are you gonna build Will Tank Green Lantern?
Oh yeah.
You better support Will Tank.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
man.
Twitch chat is so you know, so smart. Oh,
man.
play Green Lantern top. Play Doomsday top. Right. Let me play things that, you know, instead of utility to help my team. You know.
Hey man.
That's slow
Yeah.
though.
Hey
Yeah,
man.
so we saw everything played, and yeah, Harley Quinn was pretty good.
So
It's like worth
she just needs even further nerfs.
maybe, I don't know. I don't know why they nerfed the other controller so hard. Like, that's the problem. Problem isn't when one champion is too strong, it's when one champion is too much stronger than the other champions in that role. Like,
Yeah.
you weren't seeing, like, okay, I will give you that controllers were, like, maybe too strong as a whole, but you weren't seeing controllers as a whole get banned too much, because no controller was, like, way better than every other controller. Like, they were pretty bouncy, like, overpowered. And if everything's like that for that role, like right now you're seeing Mecha Wonder Woman get banned because not because 80 carries are too good, or even necessarily because Mecha Wonder Woman's too good, but because Mecha Wonder Woman is better than the other 80 carries.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with Harley Quinn. She's just better than every other controller, just because like every controller pretty much got nerfed, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, but we still saw a lot of Nightmare Superman. We still saw a lot of Zatanna.
Ice Soups is like trash right now. Like he's good. Like I picked him today. Like, and I mean, I've done it before and I'll keep doing it. But he's like trash. So
Is
bad.
it just, like, what makes him so trash in your opinion? Just
Do you see how hard they nerfed him? Like everything about him got wrecked.
Pretty much.
It's like way harder to harass with your Q because it's like slower and everything costs more mana, so you go his balls, and then you don't have as much mana as you used to, so you don't have like a big enough pool to do everything you want to do, and you do less damage / have smaller shields because you have less will. It's like everything got fucking destroyed.
mm-hmm. But like,
Yeah, I don't know why
Go
when he's in lane, Night Soups just feels like he runs out of mana after like 2 waves of creeps. Like
his lane
it used to
phase-
be he could just like AFK and then keep poking with you, but now like 2 waves, he's out of mana, go back.
Mm-hmm. So does like, but still, like the utility and like catch potential of Condemned, does that not make up for it at all?
The only reason you pick Night Soups right now is if you're comfortable losing the lane and you want Night Soups for some sort of compositional purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But like you basically picked a champion, being like, all right, I'm gonna lose that lane.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another champion we haven't seen at all is Poison Ivy. She's just pretty much gutted, or just people don't want to play her anymore.
I don't know. I just don't think people have played her that much. At least not from what I've seen. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, patch has only been out for like a week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like you guys have scrimmed with Poison Ivy. Like, I don't know. I really like Poison Ivy as a champion. She fits my controller style really, really well. Speaking like of the patch, so the turret placement got changed. So that was like a weird kind of
That was great. That was a really good idea.
But yeah, so like I kind of like it, but I also think it was a little bit weird. So what makes you like it so much, Jay?
The clash point for the minion wave, the natural clash point, used to be under the tower, and it's not anymore. And it's also easier. I think it's lit like. I think functionally it's the same distance from both of the walls as it was before, but it's easier to click on him because of the way it appears on the screen graphically. So it's a lot easier to like to collapse onto to tier 2 towers.
Mm-hmm.
So both of those things are pretty important.
Mm-hmm. So we got tower changes. So dampeners, the respawn time went down, but every couple waves you'll get like the super destroyer that comes down the lane. Apparently it has AoE basic attacks. I actually didn't.
I thought
know.
it was every. I thought it was every wave.
Is
Or
it?
is it only
It alternates between Ken.
Hello? Hold on. Alright, we might have to remake this. This is so awkward. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, Coward's back.
Oh, we're back.
Alright, hold on. That was really awkward. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Super Destroyer thing has like the basic AoE basic attacks now. Katy Perry said it alternates between every other wave. So what do you guys think of that?
Thing's a beast.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It makes the wave harder to kill just instantly. Like, you can't just put a Joker. Well, I mean, you still can, kind of, but it's harder. You can't just, roll your finger and destroy the whole wave.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of the problems before was that even if you, like, patiently, like, set up a massive wave pushing in the lane that has the super creeps, where you got, like, 2 or 3 waves, like, stacked up there, and it's hitting the tower, if an AoE champion gets to that wave right as it hits the tower, that wave is not going to do any damage at all. Now it'll do some damage because they can't just instantly clear it, since that health is focused into one minion more than spread across.
Yep.
All right.
Also,
go ahead.
I was just thinking about like the whole wave clearing thing. I feel like, you know how Joker, he just instantly clears a wave with like a W and a meteor, but I think a change that they could make to Joker, I just randomly thought of this, is just not make his W do like damage to everything in the circle when it first explodes. You know what I mean? Maybe just the first 4 targets or something like that. Like an experimental change, maybe. Not really sure. Because that just seems like it clears waves really easily.
Could you also experiment? Like maybe it does less damage to just like lane drones instead.
Right, yeah, that could also
like
work.
Full damage to champions, but like maybe
like 50% on explosion to minions or something.
Like I feel like that would kind of nerf Joker's wave clear, but still keep his team fight damage like intact.
What do you guys think about that, Cow? And
I mean, maybe
it could be pretty bad in lane. Like if he doesn't have his wave clear in lane, he'll probably just get shoved in. Like you can meteor one wave, but then I don't know. I don't know too much about.
What other mid champions can really push in that hard anymore? I mean, they just nerfed Star Sapphire's W. You can't just instantly push with her anymore.
I feel like ADs would be pretty strong.
Yeah,
Just
but they're
push
already
the-
so strong, you know? And that's why I would still do full damage to them if they were like trying to run up on you or something.
I feel like it's really hard for him to like survive in lane. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm pretty happy with Joker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really?
I think that something needs to be nerfed about that champion, and I feel like it's his wave clear.
As soon as the Mirror Master's nerf hits, yeah,
All right.
something's gonna have to change.
All right, let me change that around then, and let me change my response. Nothing needs to get nerfed anymore. Holy shit, stop nerfing shit, please. Nothing is doing damage again, and it's starting to piss me off.
I liked it. I actually did like it more when everything did just a ton of damage. You know what I mean? That was really fun.
Definitely
Like-
preferable.
Like, you know, Dota style or whatever, where everything just does so much damage that,
You want to know why
you
games
make a
aren't
mistake.
ending? Is because you have like a 20k gold lead, and then you like EMP the tower, and then you try to kill them, but you can't kill them because you don't do any damage.
Yeah.
That's why the
Maybe
games aren't ending.
Maybe they need to, like, buff ratios or something just, like, across the board. Just so that your items are more efficient. So that when you get ahead in items, you can actually kill them.
Maybe. I don't know what it is, but
They need to do something.
I just want them to stop nerfing damage, like, for the love of God.
See, I don't want the damage to champions to get nerfed. I want just like his wave clear to get nerfed, man. Like,
I don't know. His wave clear is fine. It's fine to have champions that can clear waves really well. That's not a problem. Problem is when you can't like kill that champion. That's what it's a problem.
I think Joker is like a safe enough pick with like a ton of wave clear and a ton of utility that like something needs to get nerfed about that. And I just want
alright.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so all right, let me do this League of Legends example. All right, so you had like a Ziggs,
Right.
all right, and like Ziggs could insta clear the wave, and it was like ridiculous, and you could never finish the game, right?
Right.
Right. So, but if Ziggs was standing in the front of his team to do that, and then you were to a Mumu ultimate him right there, he would die.
The thing
But that doesn't
is,
happen
we're
to Joker
we're talking about Ziggs with an Ezreal E. Instead of
No, that's not the problem because Ziggs is also safe because he can stand really far back. But if he gets engaged on, he's going to die. But if that happens to Joker Prime, he doesn't die, and it's not because he's like more mobile. It's not about mobility because Ziggs can also flash. You know,
Because you don't
We
do
have to
damage.
test- He still does damage.
I think you just need to buff the damage on blasters and 80s. No problem.
No, I think,
Everything
I
else
think, like,
is fine.
yeah, I could see that. But then, like, if you didn't, I don't know, you'd have to compensate for like enforcers and bruisers because if you buff the damage on them, then they're just gonna go in every lane basically, because then they won't be able to win. Like bruiser top, like if Gaslight Joker already has a hard time against like ADs, so if you buff ADs but then don't, counter buff something, maybe not damage, but maybe a little bit higher base armor and MR, then.
Should buff his like movement speed and his damage.
I'd be down
Boost
with
movements?
buffing damage.
Gaslight Joker.
Make him fast as balls.
So I feel
That's what
like
you
that
have
wouldn't-
Zatanna for.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could have Zatanna, but I also feel like just randomly buffing move speed wouldn't make sense because he's supposed to be like super fat. Super fat people aren't supposed to be super fast, you know?
Yeah, they are. What the heck? Have
Yeah,
you
he's
seen
from a
that-
different universe. You don't know him.
Oh, that's true. Maybe in the Gaslight universe, like the fatter you are, the faster you are, and the skinnier
Yeah.
you are, like the slower you are.
That's why
Right.
Joker Prime is so slow.
All right. So speaking. All right. So we've pretty much after all of these patches, we've kind of seen the fall of bruisers in the game. So like we see like a ton of enforcers, right? Like your Gaslight Jokers, your APIs, your Atomic Green Lanterns, your Arcane Green Lanterns. But like the only bruiser that I can think of that sees play is
Superman. Which is what I called on the September 24th patch. So pat on the back to Achiri. Oh my god, what a genius.
So Superman's
What's-
like the only bruiser that's being played. So like Aquaman is crying alone in a corner. Who else? Batman. No, Batman's an assassin now. Nightmare Batman's crying in a corner, but he has way more problems just because his kit is really nonsensical for a bruiser. Who else is a bruiser now? I can't even think of any because they're just not played anymore.
Do you know why? Do you know why bruisers aren't played? You know why they're bad?
Go for it.
It's because
they don't
they're
do damage. Oh.
yeah, their kits. No, that's basically it though. Is their kits are tooled to be auto attack kits, so you do your damage via auto attacks. But auto attacking people as a melee champion kind of sucks in this game. So like you don't end up doing any damage. Like, and the reason Superman doesn't fit into that is because he has this ridiculous ult, and then he's actually a skills champion. He's not an auto attack champion. And then there's some champions like Supergirl who have a kit where it was intended to be like an auto attack kit, but you can play it like an assassin kit if you want. And so she's like sort of viable. And then champions like Nightmare Batman are entirely meant to do all their damage through their auto attacks, and they're just garbage.
Nightmare Batman also suffers from like the identity crisis where his kit's like fully geared toward being an assassin, but he's just a bruiser. Like, I feel like Nightmare Batman's problems kind of extend from that. Like, you're also right in the fact that his auto attack, like, he is a very auto attack dependent bruiser, and he doesn't really do any damage because of that, but I feel like his kit is also kind of a problem there.
I don't know. Look at Warwick. Like, Warwick has the same kit, but he does hella damage with his auto attacks.
I think Nightmare Batman just needs like a little bit more disable, if that makes sense. Like maybe make his Q like a cone. Yeah, like it doesn't make sense from like a thematic standpoint because you can't make a batarang a cone, but like
flurry
he needs a little bit more.
Dude. Just send out a flurry of batarangs that like
that's slow. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool
like
too.
like a Talon W, right? Like the rig.
Yeah.
So like it
But, like,
you send it out and it comes back in.
Yeah, the problem is just like he doesn't do a lot. Like his auto attacks don't do damage, yeah, and then like he doesn't bring any disables too. Like you could make him more enforcer-ish, and that would be kind of like then he'd see play.
You can change all the champions, but it doesn't solve the fundamental problem with bruisers. Is they want bruisers to auto attack people, but auto attacking is bad for melee champions. So they have to fix that, or they have to change their mentality.
So what about
I don't care
Aquaman,
which one they do,
because Aquaman you use like a good amount of your abilities in that kit.
Yeah, I mean he's somewhere in between, but he's still supposed to do damage via his auto attacks.
Yeah,
and if you don't like
passive,
chain your auto attacks, it doesn't.
His
Yeah,
passive is all about his auto attacks. So it's like there's the same problem.
They want you to like stagger your spells in with like with your auto attacks and stuff. So like he's kind of there, but like is Aquaman just still really really bad?
No, I mean none of these champions I would like to throw out are like really really bad. Like if you play them and you're better than your opponent, you're probably gonna win, but there's no reason to pick them over another champion.
See, when I talk like this, I always talk about like, you know, high level competitive play. Like that's what I really care about. Like solo queue is like whatever to me. Like what I want to watch, like, you know, I want to see why this champion's not picked in like ESL or like at LAN or something.
Alright, so like I played Aquaman when he got his buffs 2 patches ago. I played Aquaman to see if it did anything. And he'll win lane against like Wonder Woman Prime, for example. I think he wins that lane. But that's not very useful because okay, you win your lane, maybe you're up a couple hundred gold, 300, 400 gold, but then you're Aquaman after that, and you're not Wonder Woman. So you would rather be Wonder Woman than Aquaman because Wonder Woman does important things, and Aquaman like does damage, except not really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's just the same situation where, you know, you basically have more utility on Wonder Woman than you do playing Aquaman. Like, I mean, Aquaman, I guess he has like a throwback, but that's about it, whereas Wonder Woman has an AoE ult, so.
Yeah.
One of the best, if not the best AoE ult in the game. All right. So, anything else about this patch that we didn't touch? Because I'm kind of drawing a blank.
Surrender time is 10 minutes. It's pretty good.
It'd be good if I played solo queue.
I was gonna say, I think that's more of like a solo queue change, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
No, it actually helps. It kind of helps our community because now games will end faster, and then population will seemingly be better.
Because we can surrender at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So like I can wait 15 minutes for a 10-minute game.
Queue times are gonna be better. Like average queue time is what? Like hold on, let me hit the play now button right now.
I don't know what the average queue time is, man. I haven't played solo queue in a little while.
It's 4 minutes right now.
Oh, okay. So we didn't actually talk about the drone changes, but they're actually so nice.
Alright, go for it. Man. Go for it.
It's just you can stack a wave now, and it does something. Like if I have a wave near my tower, before I'd be like, well, if there's not someone actively in this lane like pushing it, it's not gonna threaten the enemy tower. So you either push a lane or you don't push a lane. But now I can be like, all right, let me get this lane pushing so that in 30 seconds it'll be like a double wave, and now they have to send someone to go deal with it, and then we can make a play somewhere else on the map, or we can pressure down on another lane or something like that. And it's just really nice to have lanes that do things. Good change. Excellent change.
Okay, so that should like contribute to games ending faster and help split pushing, etc., etc. Yeah.
It's also something that's more skillful. So like if you have a team that doesn't understand like lane pressure as well, like before you could just get away with not understanding lane pressure very well, but now it's more of a thing you have to do. So it's good to have skill differentiating between teams.
Okay. Anything else about the patch? Nope. All right. So let's move on to the potential item changes that are coming. So on the development roadmap and feedback forum on the IC website, they have Danger Dan posted a thread. Danger Dan, of course, is the guy who is in charge of all the items and amps and mods and stuff. So he's the one to yell at if like X item is too OP. So we've got a bunch of artifact changes coming in. So first off, nil artifacts are automatically getting recycle as a keyword, which I love because I am a scrub at last hitting and I always take recycle. And that mod's going to be replaced with upgrading the keyword or the toughness siphon whatever keyword on the item. So attack siphon 2 will restore more health. No cloak will block more damage from champion basic attacks, and no ring going to give you more will when you kill something. When I looked at this initially, I thought that the nil cloak kind of benefited the most out of this, because blocking 12 damage from champion basic attacks seems like a lot of damage.
Wasn't it 8 before?
Yeah, it's already
8 default, but
8
if
right
you
now.
mod it, it's going to be 12.
That'd be pretty useful.
To me, it sounds like the best.
Base attacks already only do like 50 damage at level 1, so then you take into armor and then like 12 more damage off that. That's like 28 damage or some crap.
So like, I don't know. That was just my opinion when I looked at it. I was like, blocking 12 damage at like level 1, like you're gonna be kind of invincible against champions.
None of these strike me as being worth 75 health. So
the no cloak is 100, right?
Huh?
Isn't
I'm saying none of these are all mods, right? So
yeah.
I'm weighing them against 75 health, which is my standard mod, right? And none of these strike me as benefiting me enough in the early game to warrant losing 75 health later.
So you don't.
Well, how many auto attacks is the no cloak gonna prevent you from? Like 75, so it's like 6 auto attacks. After that, you get value. But like it doesn't give it.
That's not
Okay,
what
so
I'm saying.
then like, wait, what?
That's not what I'm saying. Because you don't hold on to the no cloak forever, right? What's important is, am I gonna get 75 health worth of advantage out of the no cloak by getting this mod? So it's like
Maybe
a
if you,
monetary thing. Is that no cloak gonna give me pressure in my lane, or like win me a fight that I wouldn't have otherwise won? That's gonna add up to being 75 health worth of credits.
Right, like you can get 75 HP on like Cosmic Belt too for 1250. That's yeah, I mean that's not one a lot of people run. Maybe on like Wonder Woman Prime or something, but it's still that's such a cheap mod for 75 HP. But then even Ruby of Life 75 HP, that's 2250, but that's so good. You get like 300 or 225 HP from that.
Okay, so I actually misspoke. So all the nil items aren't getting recycle. Recycle's being built into every champion.
oh yeah, I didn't like that.
So last hitting will be very, very easy if all of these changes go through.
Oh. Yeah, you made me misread it too.
Yeah, I
didn't
misread
even
it
realize.
as well. So last hitting is going to be very, very simple. If these changes go through and recycle is built into
it says if you hit a drone when it is below 20% and is less than 250 HP, you'll destroy the drone.
Yeah.
So it's not like it even just adds 30 damage, it just destroys it.
Right.
It's kind of dumb. I mean, it's pretty dumb.
So it does that kind of take away from the skill of like last? Well, of course it takes away the skill of last hitting, but like, are we trying? Do we want like the skill of last hitting in, or should we just like make it a little more casual? Because as
no, if I was a casual, I'd go play Heroes of the Storm. What the heck? Of course, I want people to have to last hit. It pisses me off that
I think they
recycle is even a thing. Oh my god.
I like recycle as a mod just because I am a scrub at last hitting, and I need that.
Just learn how to last hit.
I need that to last hit, man. I play on like 100 ping. It's hard.
Like,
I play
on, like,
League at 110
League,
ping.
yeah.
Dude, I play League at 40.
Like I have to do last hitting drills like
League at
every
100
man,
day
hey,
to
man.
last hit.
Hey, man.
It's so
It's not
sad.
Yo.
Hard.
Everyone
I
can agree
really,
League
really
is
don't
a
like this
smoother
change.
experience. So I need recycle the last hit. I do not feel shame in admitting that. I am a scrub. I am not the player I used to be earlier. So yeah, recycle is being built in. I'm not a fan of this change. There's another what's going on?
Don't worry about it.
Keep going.
Okay, so anyway, what's it called? Vials are changing, so I'm gonna skip over gambits and the like discounted and optimized mods. So vials are changing, so they're gonna cost more, but you can get an extra, like you can get a fourth charge, so it goes 1, 2, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3. But they automatically tick if you are below 50% health. For
Wait,
health
what?
points. Yes,
Did you say that the vials automatically
They will
tick?
automatically
Yeah.
tick if you fall
Yeah.
below 50% health.
Alright, I'm done, boys. Have a
Yeah.
good show.
Peace.
Alright, so we might need to get somebody else.
Okay.
Liskamish, I heard he has something to show us.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Please, no, man. This. I try to keep this as PG as possible. As PG-13 as possible.
Oh
but-
my god, look at your chat. Jesus.
I know, right? So,
God.
So vials are going to automatically trigger when you fall below 50% health.
Yeah, this is crap.
This is such a bad change. And
Both these changes suck.
because I always thought it was like a skill.
Yeah, it's like a skill to be able to know that you have to, like, if you don't hit your vial, like, as you're going into a fight and then you lose the fight by one auto and you're like,
Right.
I had my vial up that entire time.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, I could have won. But now it's going to be like, you don't even have to try. I could literally just run at you and just, oh, my vial will do the work for me. You know what I mean? Like that's retarded. That's so dumb.
So nobody
Yeah, it's
here is
dumb.
a fan of this change.
Not a fan.
It's like they're literally like, we're not even a fifth of the way into this, and there are already like 2 huge changes that take a lot of skill out of the game. Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's big, but it's the small things that count.
Could you see them trying to appeal? Because, like, I see as, like, the DC MOBA,
Right.
you get a lot of people who've never played this type of game before. So, like, of course you want to try and make it easier on them to kind of pick up. But do you want to casualize, for lack of a better term, like,
Well,
this game way down?
here's
to kind of
here's the
appeal
thing
to
I
them?
don't get. Here's the thing I don't get, right? Like, if you are trying to make the game more casual and dumb it down for people, then why are you also like trying so hard to make it an esport game?
Yeah.
Like it has, you can't, you know what I mean? Like these are huge.
Right.
These aren't just gonna affect casual players. They're gonna affect pro players too. So,
Whatever. Move on to the next one.
Yeah,
Clearly
keep
don't
going.
like it.
All right, Gambits. That change doesn't really matter because the old investment has gone away. The tier 1 sellback price is now 90% of the build cost compared to what it was before. That doesn't. I mean, that's nice, but I don't think it's like, two game like impacting of a change. Discounted and optimized mods. Optimized mods for the top tier mini artifacts has been increased from 250 to 300 or from 300 to 350, which I don't really get. So I don't know what it's talking about in that sentence.
Which
I wasn't
sentence?
listening to you.
Yeah,
The
I-
optimized mod for the top tier many artifacts has been increased from 250 to 300 or from 300 to 350.
Oh, so like
That's
instead
making
of-
it cheaper.
Yeah, instead
Yeah.
of discounting the price by
Okay.
250, it now discounts it by 300.
Okay. So the discount mod for 750 or more starting cost artifacts has been increased from 200 to 250. So
Right.
okay, so that's discounted. All right. So, top rank of like Atlantean Royal Seal, Atomic Axe, etc. They're the items on the screen. A lot of those have been discounted by 50 more credits. So is this really huge, or?
It's
Nah.
funny that they listed all of these are just every single one with the optimized mod, but some of these are already 300 off, so it's funny that they listed all.
Well,
Oh,
from
they're going from
300.
Yeah, it
350.
drops 350
Yeah,
too.
so
Oh, 350. Okay.
So everything's gonna drop by 50. Well, all of these will drop by 50.
All right. I mean, no one's using optimized right now, so maybe it's good.
So vials we already talked about and discussed. Like, I don't think anyone really needs to talk about it anymore. All right, so Deadshot's visor looks like it's getting changed. No one really built this item anyway, right?
Right.
So they're changing it to give will, attack speed, and attack damage. So looking at the items right now, or the stats right now, still doesn't look that great to me. Just because I don't think it really has a place right now. 40 attack damage, 30 attack speed at the max rank for 3,000 credits, and you get the intensity keyword, which burns through your will. Katy Perry, do you have any thoughts on potential new dead shots?
I saw it, and well, first of all, the thing is, nothing is ever going to replace Coda, or I guess, well, we'll get to it, but like nothing will replace Coda in the early game. It's just so good. It gives you pen and it gives you a lot of damage, so nothing will replace it, and it's dirt cheap. That's what's like the amazing thing about it.
Right.
So if you want to like balancing all these artifacts, for marksman are like impossible because of the fact that Coda exists. Now, I got really excited when I first saw this because I was like, oh man, you're getting a lot of stats for 3K gold. It's a little bit expensive, but maybe it's worth it. And then I realized Coda exists, so I was like, it doesn't change anything. I would, if it gets down to it, late game, I'd sell my Coda for this because it does do a lot of damage. I mean, it's 40 attack damage, which is equal to the Coda plus attack speed, and intensity actually gives you a lot of, it gives you like 12 damage average on hit if you're at like 50% mana, which is really good. I was thinking about just building it first item and trying to like sustain my mana and just farm the entire time, but then it's just not good because it's like 3K gold. So
Right.
like I like the idea of it. It's just not. It's not Coda Blade.
So Lobos Chain getting changed as well. Oh my god. Oh god. Freaking Mishkit, man. I'm gonna ban that guy.
Oh my god.
He's too. Oh
Quote
god.
unquote. My favorite game was when he 2v1'd Achiri. Oh wait, Achiri and Satura 2v1 Dakinger.
Oh god. Okay. Anyway, so Lobos Chain, the hookshot mod or the hookshot active, going to be buffed. So longer range, longer leash time goes through drones. The cripple time is going down, but it applies the full slow of the Lobos as long as the chain remains unbroken. No one takes Lobos really anymore, right? And no one even modded for hookshot.
Wait, what? Lobo is a great item.
But how
Hookshot mod is garbage.
Yeah.
So maybe this makes it better. I don't know.
I haven't seen a Lobos in forever though.
Pretty sure I built a Lobos last week. I don't know. Lobos is one of the highest health item in the game, and it also has AD on it, which is pretty cool. It's also got a plus 75 health mod, which is good. You always want items to have that.
Right.
I don't know. It's a good item.
Sword of Beowulf. So Sword of Beowulf is going to be nerfed actually.
It's pretty good.
So shield duration going to go down, and the shield health going to go down as well.
Yep.
Did it need like this nerf? Because I thought it was fine as like a situational kind of counter.
Probably not. But the reason no one's building it right now is because the kind of champions who would use it aren't played.
Right.
Yep.
So.
Alright, Zeiss Goggles. These are all like AD items, by the way. Zeiss Goggles, so enhanced aim keyword, so like the bonus power damage that you get on a basic attack.
It's static shiv now, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a static shiv. So, but it doesn't have any crit chance or movement speed. I mean, I don't know how often we saw Zeiss Goggle anyway. I think I saw Mal build it on Mecha Wonder Woman, I believe.
I tried that already. I tried that item. It was straight garbage.
So this isn't
Which
gonna change
item?
anything?
Wait, which item did you try? Yeah, it's not that good. Like, I don't know. It needs something. Like, its damage is so low. Its active is mediocre. It just needs something.
As GS says, it doesn't AoE, which means that now, since it procs on, it's like Ash passive almost.
Oh, right.
Like, you're gonna waste your
Right.
crit, or in this case, your extra damage on a minion, and you're gonna feel really bad about it. That's basically what happened there.
No, dude, you're gonna need it to last hit in the next patch.
Okay, so moving on. Soul Taker Katana. The attack damage collector keyword used to become active at the 3rd tier of Soul Taker Katana. The value of the keyword was high enough that no other stats could change on the artifact. We are trying a change now where the collector will only become available at the top tier of the artifact, and the 3rd tier will instead give more immediate stats when purchased. So, it's the same cost, 10, 20, 30 attack damage for a 12 lifesteal. So you're paying $22.50 for 30 attack damage, 12 lifesteal, but you can't stack that. At the 4th rank, you're paying $7.50 for the You're paying 1,000 for the collector keyword and 10 AD. Same lifesteal.
All right. Well, I mean, okay. So it doesn't bother me that much, but this is what bothers me is that the theme of these changes seems to be like people came up to them and they were like, these items are too good, and whoever said that was lying because these items aren't too good. Like,
so
they're all right.
I think we can agree every single item that we've covered so far in the attack damage category, like, was either was ranged from like meh to okay, right? So like Lobo's like just the hookshot mod, that doesn't matter. Like Lobo's fine item. Sword of Beowulf, okay item. Like Soul Taker, no one really built it because like this has kind of been echoed by a lot of people, but lifesteal in this game is in a pretty, or attack lifesteal is in a pretty bad spot right now.
It's really good if you get a 6 item.
Yep.
You have a lot of stuff.
Are you gonna hit 6 items though?
Yeah, probably not. But you know what? That's what I'm saying. Is like, why are these items getting nerfed? Why is this happening? Is there something on my camera? I'm sorry.
What? So, Katy Perry, Soul Taker looks like it's getting nerfed.
Yep.
Why?
It's not Coda Blade. That's the thing. It doesn't do anything. It's like you're paying like a huge amount of money for no damage, and like as a marksman, you have to do a bunch of damage or you're just gonna die without doing anything. That's the meta, because like this tank, this fat Joker, he's gonna come over here, he's gonna sit on you, and if you can't kill him before he kills you, you're useless. So like this thing may give you like, I don't know, I didn't do the math on this, but it's like late game, you like attack lifesteal scales off your own damage, and it's like attack speed scales off your own damage. As soon as you get more damage, it gets better. That's why it's hard to balance, right? Mm-hmm. But like, if you get it early, you can't get it early because you don't have enough damage to warrant like amount of lifesteal. Because like 5 lifesteal, like a hit, it doesn't do anything for you in a team fight. Right. And then we're like Cow said, we're not gonna get to 6 items ever. So yeah, maybe you'll get to 6 items if you turtle, but it's not gonna happen.
So like I was a huge fan of Soul Taker Katana before. Like I used to build it like first item every game. Like this is way back in the day, like a year ago. First item.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah. It was too good, man. Alright, Batman's utility belt. So feedback on the belt has been that it's high on stat variety and a passive that is situationally very useful, but without enough focus to merit regularly fitting this into builds. To address this, we are modifying its stats to focus towards bruisers while also appealing to some assassins. So the Purge artifact, or like the Purge keyword, completely gone.
Man.
But they said they moved it into a different artifact. So.
Oh, okay.
3 tiers.
Yeah, but that artifact is probably gonna suck, just like the rest of these.
All right, 3 tiers. And it gives you health, attack damage, and cooldown reduction.
What?
It basically gives you size 7 for auto attack.
Yeah,
attack
it gives
damage.
you size sim for ADs now because size sim has been reworked into a power damage item.
It gives me that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting item, but I love utility belt, and I'm sad to see it go. Like it gave me a lot of good stats for. It's expensive, but I love that item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good item. I think
50
people are bad at
per
pushing buttons, so.
Yeah,
like, I think
that's why the sports have to carry them.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clearly like good. I guess. How much does it cost?
It's $27.50 for 200 health, 30 attack damage, and 10 CDR with the keyword.
Yeah, so that's like a definitive buff to like Aquaman and Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And bruisers across the board, actually. Yeah, this is a good item for bruisers. It's good that they made this item.
Is this the first item that we're like, yeah, we like these changes?
No, I hate this change. Get out of here.
Okay, I don't want Batman's utility belt to be gone. Like, I'm sad about that. But this new item that they made is, well, it's a definitive buff to bruisers, like just across the board.
It's a good item.
So, Because
Okay.
it's the same cost as Sai Scimitar, but without the AP.
Right.
So
And you
that's good.
get better stats for bruisers with health and CDR.
Yeah, bruisers particularly. Well, I won't say that. Never mind.
Well, I mean, they're not bad stats for bruisers, but
No, they're great. They're good stats.
yeah.
We want these stats.
Okay. So Blue Scarab is being changed into an attack damage item. So it's like the AD Chalice or Dr. Dreamstone now. So you get you get Will Balance at tier 1 for 750 credits, 10% will regen, 5 AD, Will Balance. And then the will regen goes up, the attack damage goes up. So for 3,000 credits, you get 50 AD, 20% will regen, 10% cooldown reduction, and will balance.
It's a lot of AD.
That's a lot of AD. For 3,000 credits, I think these are decent stats. But who am I going to build this on? Is my question.
I'm not planning on building this item.
No, who would I build it on is my question. Like, I see the AD. And
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and
Yeah.
and I don't think I would build it on anyone.
Like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, 50 AD sounds really, really nice, right?
If you get the mod, it's 60.
Oh, it's... Okay, so 60 AD modded. Who am I going to build this on?
I don't have mana problems, so I'm not gonna build it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Katie, do you run out of mana?
Yeah, but I usually just go back.
Yeah.
I don't think you build this on AD, or you don't build this on marksman.
So
Which item are we on right now?
Blue Scarab. The target is Bruiser and Assassin.
Yeah. Right. Assassins have energy, so they don't need the regen.
So I don't know who I would build this on. To be completely
That's a good point. Blue Beetle, maybe.
potentially.
Nah. I've been playing a lot of Blue Beetle. Nah, I changed my mind. I don't think I build it on anyone.
Okay, so it looks like charged attack is moving to Shade's Cane. So let's talk about Shade's Cane now. Shade's Cane is not going to be this hybrid item anymore. It's going to be purely attack damage, and the power damage moving to attack speed. So 7 AD, 3 attack speed, darkness manipulation 1, 750. And then for 3,000 credits, you get 42 attack damage, 9% attack speed, and darkness manipulation 3.
Yeah.
And then if you mod the new Shade's Cane to be empowered, you get 21 power damage on hit.
What?
Yeah.
But it doesn't scale. Yeah, it's
It doesn't
really
scale.
weird.
It's
That
just
doesn't even
21.
make sense.
It's just 21 power damage per hit.
Man, forget this item.
Oh, deal.
Why'd they do
It'll
this?
deal 21. No longer scales though.
Yeah.
That still doesn't make sense.
So Nick says in the chat, with full stacks on tier 3, you get 61 or 63 AD and 30% attack speed if you have all 7 stacks of the darkness manipulation.
That's trash.
Yeah, but they fall off after 3 seconds. So if the enemy team kites back for 2 seconds and then turns and engages, you lost all your stacks. And now
Yeah,
you're down
and it's-
6. Now you're down
What
like
the fuck?
20 AD and 20% attack speed.
And you just
Yeah, I
paid
don't-
3,000 for that. That's garbage.
Yeah.
Why would I want
Yeah,
that? I
wouldn't
would
it?
never want that. That's what? Why? Why do they do that? Man.
And they
Alright.
need to like, I don't know. They need to do something that they're not doing right now about these item changes.
So let's shift this over to what would you guys do with the current Shade's Cane then?
Keep
I'd
it.
leave it like it is so I can play gas bat and go
Yep.
pew pew.
I don't know, maybe make some more hybrid characters or something that are actually viable. Like, it was like, oh man, it's too hard to balance this hybrid character. Let's just make it full AD now. And now it's like, who knows?
'Cause
Like they couldn't balance
we only
mecha, so they were just like, screw it, make her full AD.
The reason Shadescan was so good is because it was like ludicrously stat efficient, and now it's the opposite. So I don't even want to look at it anymore. Get it out of my sight.
So if it's ridiculously stat efficient right now, would a decent change be just upping the cost of it?
No, keep
No,
it as
because
it
no
is
one
right
builds
now.
it. It's
Well,
not good on anyone, so it doesn't matter.
Well, it's only good on Gaspat.
Right, because he's the only champion that
exactly.
has like relevant AP and AD.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Right. It's not breaking the game on Gasbat, as far as I know. Like, we weren't even playing Gasbat for the most part today, right? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think it was just like Gaspat and Nat Joker were like equal picks. Like,
Right. This is what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
like, Gasbat not even the strongest AD carry, so
Like,
Makes
I think
me
what
sad.
they're trying to do is just make it viable for other ADs to pick up Shades Cane, but in turn they like changed it to an item that like still nobody will use.
I
don't
would
know.
never.
I think it becomes stat efficient, but like the reason why you could get like Shades Cane is because you could just leave it at level 2 and it's still like really
Still
really
good.
good. But like now you wanna make it tier 3, and that's gonna cost you 3K, and then
There's-
like
There's no
it's
way this
hard
item is
to
stat
justify
efficient.
it. No, I'm not saying it was it's stat efficient now.
Yeah. No, I'm
Once they
saying like the
change
new
it-
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even-
once they
okay,
change
so-
it, it's just not gonna be worth the 3K.
Yeah. If you had like max stacks on it,
Yeah, that's good.
then you're bringing it up to like the stat efficiency of the dead shots visor, which we were talking about earlier. People not even buying. Like that's what bothers me. Like this, it just doesn't give you anything for so much money.
Yeah.
It's like why? Why would I do that?
Okay. So Shades can rip if these changes go through.
Like I'm gonna try it out, but I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. I don't think it's gonna be good.
So moving on to health artifacts, Pseudostars and Mirror Master Prism getting changed. So Pseudostars going to be 50 health and 10 attack armor at tier 1, and then it goes 2750 for 150 health, 50 attack armor, mirror defense 2. And it's the same with it's the same with Mirror Master's Prism. Same cost, same stats, except deadly.
so they
mirror
nerfed
and-
the health on it.
Yes. So, let's see. Looks like the amount of power damage reflect on Deadly Mirror 2 is being reduced to 20% from 25%, and the amount on the mod is being reduced to 30% from 40%.
Yeah, that's.
I was wondering when they would do that. That's interesting. Okay, so no, they also reduced the resistances.
Right.
And they made it a little bit cheaper.
Right, they're like what, 250 cheaper, I think.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, this is fine. These items are actually broken, so that like nerfing these is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're an
Well,
AP carry in the late game right now, you don't even want to cast your spells because you just kill yourself.
We saw that today, actually.
No, you didn't.
I wasn't even talking about you, bro. Why are you getting so defensive, man?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
You guys so
That was all
defensive,
outplay.
man.
That was all outplay. It wasn't my items.
Hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I was talking about
You outplayed them by getting the right items, you know?
Exactly, dude. They just obviously didn't look at my items before they tried to 5v1 me. Like,
oh man. All right.
Idiots.
Anyway, so the aura range of Metallo's Heart and Oa Gambit are going up.
Thank God.
So Metallo's Heart is an item we don't really see like that much.
Because the aura is like tiny. Doesn't really do anything.
I feel like we saw like 3 of them in one game one time, like not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like the first time, and they had
Right.
like 3 of them.
All right. Also, Metallo's Heart is getting changed. So you're getting 200 health, 50 attack armor, and 10 CDR with the aura for 2750. So this is 50 more health than Suit of Sorrows, for the same price and the same attack armor, but you get CDR and the attack speed dampening aura instead of the reflect.
I'm never gonna get to kill anything ever again.
Is this a straight buff?
It looks
Wait,
like a
for which? For Booster's Gold? Yeah, it's a straight buff. And here's the thing: there's the mod for Tier 1 that increases his HP by 75. So you would get 75 HP for 750. So for 750, you get 175 HP and 15 attack armor.
I'm talking about Metallo's Heart.
Oh.
But Boosters looks interesting
over
as
it.
well.
All right, no.
Because we're talking about Metallo's Heart, so I'm gonna go back to Boosters in a sec.
Metallo's Heart is that's a health reduction.
I'm comparing
and increase in the armor.
Yeah, I'm comparing Metallo's Heart to the new suit of Sorrows, though.
But they made it cheaper. Well, you gotta compare it to itself.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know. It's alright. I build this item now. I'll probably build it still later. They didn't change it much, and they made the aura bigger, which is important. The auras in this game are like pretty useless because team fights get like pretty spread out, and they're so small. They're really tiny. If you don't know how small they are, you should hover over it in a game and feel the uselessness, the futility of the auras.
All right, so going back to Booster Gold. So Booster Golds, it's the same kind of thing. They're increasing the top end health of Booster Golds, so 300 health at max tier, and they're reducing the cost of the first two tiers of it to 750 from 1,000.
Aw, man. Nah, this actually makes me sad. Because right now you can pay 2,000. Oh my god. It's like they hate me. Right now you can pay 2,000 for 10% CDR and like 200. It's like great. It's like 150 health, 30 armor, and 10 CDR for 2,000. It's great. It's an awesome item to buy up to tier 2. And people have been seeing me build it and be like, why is he building that item? It's because you can't buy that combination of stats anywhere else for that amount of money. It's really great. But now you can't do that anymore, so I hate you, Turban.
Turban, please. Alright, so Telly, what do you think about this Booster Golds? We already reviewed a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really strong if they keep the mod for tier 1, because that'll be...
The mod's for tier 2.
No, I thought it was tier 1.
No, the health
I was just looking at Dawn base, so it must be lying.
It's definitely lying.
So even still, 225 health with 30 attack armor and 5 CDR for
it is tier 2. Either way, yeah. That's still really good, so you get 225 HP, 30 attack armor, and 5 CDR for 1,500. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's before you didn't have to pay the full cost to get the full CDR. You got the full CDR for just the 2,000, which is like a really relevant power spike to be able to get 10% CDR for just 2,000. Could let you get that little extra bit you needed to max out your CDR earlier in the game, and you can't do that anymore. So meh.
Okay, so Entropy Aegis. We've lowered the top tier cost from 1,500 to 1,250. Also, the cooldown of the modded and unmodded form of the shield has been reduced to 60 seconds and 30 seconds. So, unmodded, the shield will have 60 seconds after it blocks the spell to come back up, and the modded is 30.
What? Did they think it wasn't good enough? What? What?
Well, they're nerfing Mirror Masters, so they gotta make something else to against the things, right?
What? No, it was just OP. What the heck? That's a little bit frustrating. Whatever.
So I always liked Entropy Aegis anyway, and it looks like it's going to be very, very strong, especially since it's 2750 now.
It's currently strong, which is why this is actually blowing my mind.
So it seems like they're just like, hey, we did nerf Mirror Masters, so we need a better Entropy Aegis. Do you think that you could have just kept Entropy Aegis the same as it was now and just nerf Mirror Masters?
Yeah,
Mirror Masters was independently broken. Had nothing to do with Intraviagus.
Okay, moving on to Kryptonian War Armor. So, Kryptonian War Armor, top tier cost lowered, health regeneration offered same at every tier, and the top tier lowering from 15 health regen to 10. So you're getting at max rank 20 movement speed, 200 health, 10 health regen, 40 armor, or power armor, and vitality 1 for 2750.
They're reducing the max cost of all these items to 2750 at the cost of some of their stats. So an interesting thing to note is that a full build tank is going to be like
A lot cheaper.
less tankier. Yeah, it's going to be cheaper, but it's also going to be like a 6 item now tank versus 6 item then tank is going to be less
Right.
tanky.
So does this also kind of feed, because you were saying like a lot of people do less damage now, so like with tanks being less tanky, does that like increase the damage of like marksman and stuff? Because a lot, we haven't gotten to power damage yet, but like the big ticket kind of AD items, Coda Blade, Joe Chills, V9s, Atomic Axe haven't been listed here at all. So like theoretically, marksmen should be doing like the same or more damage than they are now.
Tanks die. That's not really the problem. Like a tank should die only if they're taking damage from like a lot of different sources, which is how it works right now.
Right.
The problem is that your non-tanks also don't die unless they take damage from a lot of different sources.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't care about this change one way or the other.
I always thought Kryptonian War Armor only worked on like 3 different champions anyway, so
Really? What were the 3 that you thought?
I would have said Wonder Woman, Gaslight Joker, and you could also potentially maybe build it on API.
I guess, yeah.
Like, I can't think of anyone who would use those stats like extremely, extremely well otherwise. Am I right? Am I wrong?
I don't build it, so
I mean, I think a lot of tanks could build it. If like it's like a 5 AP team or something, then
You're not gonna
Why
have
not?
5 AP man.
yeah, there was a 5 AP team in Kings of the Crisis. I'm pretty sure, because I played API that game, and there were literally 5 APs.
I don't remember it.
So
Then again, I don't really watch Kings of the Crisis that much anymore.
yeah, the devs don't watch ESL. So
That's
you know.
true, man. They don't know about the bleed portal that I got super hyped about. Oh, man. Diana's bracers, the amount of resilience offered at tier 3 is increasing from 20% to 30%, and the mounting defense keyword is changing to build to maximum reduction faster, so that each stack gives a 1% damage reduction, but the maximum reduction remains at 5. So you get more resilience from this item, and you get to your damage reduction faster. Same
Yeah.
stats otherwise.
Hmm.
So is Diana's bracers going to be ridiculous?
Not sure. Probably have to play it to see. I don't think it'll be too much more OP. Maybe
It's
it won't
already
build it,
pretty,
though.
pretty strong.
I think it's already pretty good for like late game because of the regen.
Right.
So. Oh wait, is the mounting defense keyword? Is that the one where you gain HP?
no, it's
No.
the one where you take 5% less damage.
Oh, so now
It just
if you
built
get
up
stacks?
faster.
Oh, okay. So it's just getting better all around.
It's getting better all around, yes.
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
you dig
I think
it?
that'd be
Can
pretty
you
good.
dig it as a Gaslight Joker player?
Yeah, I'll dig it. Except I'll probably never get to play that champion.
Or are
Everybody
you
just
digging it
bans
as
it
an
now.
API player?
Yeah, probably late game. Dude, what am I gonna do when everybody starts banning API and Gas Joker? Like,
I don't know, man. Like we said
I'll
earlier,
have to bust out the like Mecha Wonder Woman top or something.
you're just gonna
you know?
AFK. Like,
Nah, dude,
you're
I'll just
done.
I'll just play something for
Like,
fun.
imagine if that happens at the season finals at Burbank. You're just like, Oh, they just banned API and gas choke. Alright, you just walk out of the stage thing. You're like, sorry, boys, I'm done.
It's all ogre now.
Alright, power artifacts are changing. So Neuron's contract, before it did the shield thing, was just straight stasis. So you could stasis yourself and stuff. But then they changed it to shield. Looks like they're changing it back to stasis.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be good. It's already good. I think it'll just be better. I don't think it's gonna be like OP though. What do you guys think?
Thoughts?
Think it's gonna be OP, good.
Yeah, Neuron's contract's going to a stasis instead of the shield thing that you get when you activate it.
It's good. That's what it should have been.
Yeah,
That's what it was before.
I don't know why they changed it. It's like the devs go full circle.
I
They're
think
like
they
change
changed
stuff
it
they
to,
shouldn't
like,
change.
give it counterplay, but then they were like, we liked it before or something. I don't know. Their logic is having a shield meant opposing players could actively target and respond, but unlike, for example, the shield of Rajal Ghul's, there was little benefit for expending the effort to destroy the shield. So while we considered lowering the shield size, in the end we have opted to return to the original behavior, make you invulnerable and untargetable for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's a good change.
Okay.
All right, let's just keep going through these.
All right. So Cord Gambit, protection field shield changed to be lower now. So none of you guys are really controller players, so I can't really like ask you like, what is this gonna mean? Like, it's just the nerf on the shield. Is that going to be? Because it's an AOE shield, I believe, Cord Gambit, right?
Yeah, it's pretty. I liked it. I like the Cord Gambit where it was right now. Now they're nerfing it. I don't know if it was like too efficient or not, but I thought it was a good item.
The magnitude of the shield from the active was quite strong.
Well, you know what? After reflecting, it seems to me like the devs know something that I don't know. And they have access to like statistics and analytics that I don't. So if these items that they're nerfing are winning a lot and the items that they're buffing are losing a lot, then okay.
Yeah, they do seem to be going towards some more casual stuff. So like, if it is the stuff that's winning and losing most in normal queue, then you know.
Gorilla Grodd's the shield is going down as well. I like the idea of Gorilla Grodd's a lot. Like it made really clutch like Gorilla Grodd shields to block like important ultimates and stuff very, very cool to watch. I
mean, if we're going back to that whole like normal queue like Cord and Gorilla Grodd's, I've never been Gorilla Grodd's in solo queue ever. So obviously these are like competitor changes, right? And we're like, come on. I like shields. I'm just saying, they keep me alive.
Whatever it is, man. Like if they have a sheet in front of them where they're like, all right, when Gorilla Grodd's is in a game on the support versus the other items they could be building, the support wins 57% of the time, then that leads them to believe they should nerf it a little. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't seem necessary, but
I think this is just the backlash from like controllers being too strong for a while. Like they already nerfed the champions, they don't have to nerf the items.
Maybe. I feel like it's more sophisticated than that. I hope it's more sophisticated than that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying I hope it's more sophisticated than that for a year and a half now, and it hasn't been. So.
Well, you don't know that.
Yes, I do, dude. It's like been full circle, you know what I mean? They make these changes, and then they're like, "Oh crap, why would we do that?" And then they go back and they change it to something else, like. So.
I mean, that's how balance works.
No, but I mean, like, you think they'd learn from their mistakes, though, is the thing. Like, not to make like quick decisions like that, but, you know.
All right, they're nerfing Cosmic Staff. It's going to do less damage. Boo-hoo. But look at his Fatality Energy Lance, though. Woo! All
right, so Fatality's Energy Lance 85 power damage at max strength, 5 CDR, and Energy Blast. Energy Blast is getting buffed, so the cooldown is lowered to 20 seconds from 30, and the percent of current health dealt as power damage lowered to 15% from 10, or lowered from 15 to 10. But isn't it doing a lot more now or something?
I think they should just keep like buffing blasters, because like I feel like you shouldn't be punished that much by putting like AD mid, like laning. I like it's getting better now with like Meteor being more like seen in the mid lane, but I think you should keep buffing blasters, I guess, because right now they're just in a terrible spot. Like one item destroys them, they kill themselves, and their lane phase is just getting taken over by ADs.
85 power damage for 3,000. Let's go.
It's a good. It's a good step.
I like power damage.
It's not. This isn't the blaster item. I like the best. Once we get to Dreamstone, yeah, that's where it's at.
All right, let's just go to Dreamstone, because Helm of Fate, they say nothing's changing, but it's just moving to the power category, so that doesn't matter. All right. So Dr. Destiny's Dreamstone, max rank, 50% will regen, 60 power damage, 15 CDR, will balance, 3,000 credits.
Pretty much the most utility you can get, and yeah, it's 15% CDR, really good. 60 power damage. That's what like it retains its strength late game.
Right.
It's a little expensive, 3K, but you know.
Look at all the stats you're getting.
Yeah.
For it, though.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good item for blasters now.
I mean, it's already a good item.
Oh,
Not
they
for
removed the power
blasters,
armor.
though.
Yeah.
Oh,
So power
yeah.
armor
Oh,
gone.
good. Good. Thank God. What the heck was anyone doing with that power armor? They were doing.
Well,
damage
you
with it.
know, Athenes, you know. So.
F that item.
Swag.
BrawL.Tele all day.
All right. Pandora's Box, target blaster utility. Making a slight change to this artifact to emphasize its utility, lowering will regen and power damage, increasing cooldown reduction. I didn't think anyone built Pandora's Box anyway.
Yeah, people do. Yeah,
That's spooky ghosts.
The spooky ghosts? Well, they're not ghosts. They're spooky skulls.
They're spooky ghosts.
Yeah,
Are they
ghosts.
Ghosts?
They're spooky ghosts.
They look
Just...
like
They're they're called blood
skulls,
spirit,
man.
right? That's a ghost.
But like the particle in
Get outta
game
here.
looks like a freaking skull, man.
Yeah, like a dead
Skulls can be
spirit.
ghosts, dude.
Yeah,
It's
like,
just,
like
oh god. All right.
just
whatever.
stop arguing. You're not gonna win.
All
right?
right, fine. All right, so 5 movement speed, 40 will regen, 60 power damage, 15 CDR, and the blood spirit for 3K.
I don't think that's
3K
bad.
is a lot of money.
15% CDR there. That's a lot.
It's
So
true.
a lot of CDR.
It's-
And you can get 10%. You can get 10% CDR for 1750 and 40 PD, and 30% will regen and 5 movement. Like that's actually quite a few stats for 1750.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
Is
that
that
might
the
just
mod?
be. Huh?
I'm gonna go look at the mod right now.
Oh, I don't know what the mods are, but yeah, I think if anything, that item people would just put it to 3. Like they'll be like, all right, I got it to 3. I'm gonna sit on this till later in the game, because 3 gives you so many stats for a pretty good cost. Like it's basically you go from a 1000 at tier 2 to 1750. So 750 upgrade for 10% CDR, 10 power damage, and 15% will regen. So it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so moving on to Sysim. So Sysim changing to just give power damage and will regen. So the power damage is getting buffed a ton. It's going up to 85 power damage, 40 will regen, and then the skill power keyword, which is just the empowered basic attack, for 2750.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. You have to play with it. I don't know. I can't really say.
I personally want to try this on Joker.
If it's
I'm
enough,
building
will,
it on Gasbat. Yo,
if it's
yeah.
enough will regen for you to not build another will regen item,
Mm-hmm.
then it's good. If it's not, then it's not very good.
Probably will be.
We'll see. Like, I want to try this on Joker, because I used to build Sysim on Joker way back in the day. I thought it was really good, but...
I mean, if it's enough will regen, you can just rush this, and then you'll do like a lot of work. So that's cool.
Okay, so Calypso's Diamond I don't know how many people build Eclipso's diamond.
Gaslight Joker does.
Is that when you're
Sixth
insanely
item.
ahead, though?
Yeah, when we're insanely ahead and you have money at the booty.
Okay. So this is your 100% complete luxury item. Do
My
not
100%
build.
win rate item. Yep.
Do not build unless extremely, extremely ahead. Alright,
yeah, pretty much.
So, old but there's no changes here except like you steal power armor, I guess. Hold on. Keyword changing to front load the power armor steal, take more power armor in the first hit, 10. The 3 subsequent heal and steal 2 each to reach the cap of 15. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like whatever. Alright, anyway, moving on. New general artifacts. Mobius Core. Here we go. So this is the purge item. 20 power armor, active, purge 1250. 40 power armor, purge 2000. You guys got thoughts on wait, hold on. Oh, it's muted, I think. Crap. Hold on. Alright.
Alright, we're back.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey.
Alright. So I need to check OBS. Alright, so OBS is fine. But alright, new Mobius core. This is your purge item.
Meh.
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 Are you sad that this is your purge item, Katy Perry?
I want more stats than 40 power armor and a purge. Like if you go to the law has that like what's the purge item that
Mercurial
gives you 80
Scimitar.
as well. Yeah, that item's awesome. I love that item. But like this one, 40 power armor. Okay, well, cool.
See, modded, it gives like after you purge, you get CC immunity.
Okay, cool.
But
I'd rather have move speed.
that's true.
If I'm CC'd already and I have to purge, I need to get out of there. I don't need to be not CC'd again.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, Speed Force. It looks like it's getting 2 tiers. No, it already has 2 tiers. What am I saying? No, it has 1 tier.
No, it has 1 too.
I'm dumb. Anyway. Alright, so you get the Blink for 1250 instead of 2k. And you get 10 move speed and the Blink for 2k.
I don't like that.
If you mod Speed Force...
That's like broken,
get,
dude.
I know.
You get move speed after you blink. That decays.
It just made Speed Force 750 gold. Like, how are you gonna stop GS now? Like, what are you supposed to do?
They yeah.
How are you gonna stop him? You tell me, because I don't know how to stop him.
I'm just gonna die. All right.
You're gonna go first time in
I'm
Speed
just
Force
dead.
and have Speed Force before I even have a single item. Think about that. I'm dead.
Literally, he's gonna
dead,
blink.
dude.
I'm gonna get CC'd. I'm gonna be like, oh, where's my purge? Oh, it's 250. I'm still gonna die. It's like in the same amount of gold, he's getting a blink. I have to rush a purge. Nah.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest change ever.
You're saying this is a huge buff to Brawl, right?
Yeah.
What's funny is I think it's gonna be broken, and GS is like, nah, man, Speed Force needed this. It wasn't that good.
He's just really happy
He's
because
being completely serious. He's being completely
He's
serious.
just happy
So
because then he can make more plays.
yeah, something like that. Who knows?
So
If
he
somebody
can just,
figures out how to stop GS, let me know.
you just somehow DDoS him.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
become a
dude.
Hearthstone pro in
No,
the
please.
meanwhile.
You didn't hear that from me though.
Wow, I have it on stream. Easy.
Okay, Marauder items are all changing. Basically, Marauder Ring was too strong because you can mod it for pen. So, Marauder, all the pen mods are going away. They're reducing the pen mods, so it's gonna be 10 piercing, or 10 power penetration and 10 attack pen. but looks like the lifesteal on Marauder Knife went up, and they added power lifesteal to Marauder Ring and took out cooldown reduction, and also added health.
That's weird.
You're weird.
Well, I mean, what was happening is people were building Marauder Ring
In lane.
on blasters, and this is like, don't build it on blasters. And at the same time, it makes it a lot better on a champion like Agio or RGO, which is who they want you to build it on. So it makes sense. This is a change that like makes so much sense.
All right. So what I want to know is how do we buff Marauder's shield? Because you only build ring and you build knife. You take shield at rank 1 or tier 1 sometimes because you want to like be a little healthier in the jungle, right? But no one maxes the shield. How do we make shield this, better item that can compete with ring and knife?
Make it like a Clicote Law. Like if you attack him, you take damage back. I don't know.
Nah. You don't.
Nah? Just nah?
You don't.
Because they added CDR to the max rank of it.
Maybe make it. I don't know.
No. Just no.
No, I don't know.
Should they just scrap the item then?
Yeah, the item sucks.
I mean, obviously, the tier 1 is good.
Well, yeah, the tier 1 is good, but the thing is, like, you're not gonna ever upgrade it past tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, they nerfed it, didn't they? A while back.
Yeah, I think they took 50 health off it or something.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, don't do that. That's how you make it better, is you don't make it worse.
Don't tell them how to try and make their game, man.
Alright. I'm sorry.
So with Marauder Ring, not giving as much pen anymore, it'll still give pen if you mod it. Is this gonna just mean that people in lane are not going to be building Marauder Ring?
Yeah, no one's gonna build this in lane.
Okay. I even saw people building Marauder.
Easy. Next question.
Easy. Wow. All right. So that was it. Katy Perry says "Rip Marksman" when these changes were announced, like almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the "Rip Marksman." I was confused by that. So walk me through your logic, because like when I looked at it, I was like, Joe Chills didn't change, Atomic Axe didn't change, V9s didn't change, Coda didn't change. So like those are the four very key items for like Marksman, right? And none of those changed. And they nerfed
Pseudosaurus.
So like, can you tell me why you said Rip Marksman?
I thought like tanks were just gonna hit their power spikes more, and then I just feel like, oh, I'm still farming these important items, so I can't do anything until that happens. Like they get to hit their power peaks faster, but I guess if we get to the late game, yeah, I'll do more damage.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing I thought of. And I saw Booster Gold. It's the only one I did math on, and I was like, oh, it's just a straight up buff. Nice, cool story. I'm gonna have to fight through that now.
Cool, chill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's move on to the next topic.
All right.
So we've got some mixed company. They just took second in the Go For weekly, and they moved Xiao Gotti to top lane, and Azure Fire is now jungling. So when I first heard this, I was like, this is really weird, man. But like, have you guys scrimmed like mixed company, and like, have you guys felt like this was a good change, bad change?
I scrimmed them a bunch. Yeah.
All right, if you scrimmed them a bunch, then like, what do you think of Chao on the top lane and Azure and jungle?
Azure Fire is a good mechanical player, and he's the shot caller, so it's like cool for him to be in the jungle. To me, seems alright. Sometimes he picks Nightmare Batman, and that's retarded.
He does. You really like that champion.
Yeah.
That's
was
actually
weird.
wrong. Yeah, so if he didn't do that, that'd be good.
So
Do it against us.
he just needs to pick more meta champions and not Nightmare Batman.
I think it's.
yeah, no.
I think it was more of just like a comfort issue for Chad Gotti. I think he's much better at top than jungle.
Really?
Like all the items translate.
Really?
But comfortably, I think he's more comfortable in the top lane
Really?
than in jungle.
He was doing really well in the jungle. So the change came as a surprise to me. But obviously, if that's what if that's how they feel as players, then like it's pretty hard to argue with that.
So tell me,
I always felt Chow was like a super strong jungler. Like whenever he got on like a good pick for him, like if he got a really good pick that he would do well on, it was like he'd do well on it every single time. And it's kind of scary, but I don't know. I don't think the transition has gone as smooth. Maybe he's just, I don't know. The only like, here's the thing. I also liked laning against Azure Fire a lot because like me and him in lane, it was like back and forth, just like me and Cow.
So you would play Gaslight Joker and he would play Poison Ivy, and you would just do that.
No, I mean like I didn't always play Gaslight Joker in scrims, so but
I'm talking about just like the actual ESL.
Whatever. Screw ESL. I'm talking about overall.
All right.
Like I don't know. I just liked. So now it seems like today in ESL at least, I'm pretty sure Azure Fire still has like a grudge against me in the top lane for us always going 50-50, and he seriously just came top and just ulted me like 4 times early-ish mid-game, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, what? You're not getting anything from killing me. Like, you're not getting a cam, you're not getting Raider, you're just barely getting a gold lead, but I was still even, so, you know, it seemed like he might have been focusing me a bit too hard for no good reason. Because, I mean, no matter what, API is she's gonna scale. Like, it's not even like her items, it's just her kit, you know what I mean? Because she has so much utility. She has a root, 80% or 60% snare or whatever, like, slow even. But, yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I personally felt like Chow was better jungler, but you know.
Hi Cherry, do you feel the same?
I know Chow. I don't have anything against him, but he was not really performing for a while in scrims. He performed well today, I thought. So I'm not in a position to judge. So I've really got to say about it. If that's how they feel as players, then it's kind of hard. You can't really argue with it. Like,
okay. So that's really it. Katy Perry, do you have anything to like add?
Nope.
All right. So finally, let's talk about the ESL rankings. So is it like confirmed that BrawL is in first place, like for good?
I think MXC might be able to overtake them. They're like 50 points behind, right? Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
So how many weeks do we have left until season finals? It's only 2?
2.
Okay, so we've got 2 weeks, 2 cups left until season finals. Well, not until season finals, but until the season is over. So BrawL, looks like BrawL, Team C, and Mixed Company pretty much confirmed for going. And then the 4th place is between Ock, who doesn't play anymore, Flipside, and Dolphin Chasers.
Yeah.
So how does... Alright, so to me, like, it always seems like Flipside is like the... like they're the underdogs when it comes to the 4th place. as Katy Perry slowly sinks in his chair and he's like looking at the webcam. He's like just hating my guts right now. So how does Katy Perry? Do you know how? Have you done like the math and like see how Flipside can make it?
Short of getting first or second place for these last 2 weeks, we're pretty much done.
It's just tricky because it's not tricky because they're so far behind, but because Dolphin Chasers has a good setup for the remainder of the month.
Yeah, their bracket the brackets for us are just kind of awful. So unfortunately, we'd have to put in some good practice to stand a shot, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like. Or well, we have a ton of scheduling conflicts, which is why I can't stream UGS. I'm sorry, but. But like, yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only thing I don't like about F3. We don't get to scrim as much as I would like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's where we're at. Maybe we can pull off a miracle twice.
Hey.
That's not saying we can't, but like,
I think it all
looking
comes
pretty
down to
grim right now.
how well DC does too, though. Like if they get out first round, and you guys make it to second round, both weeks,
I can't even do that.
don't you get tied? If you get 50
like,
points both weeks and you get 20 and they get 25 both weeks, don't you tie? I'm pretty sure you'd be tied. No, because they're at
Did you add in the points from this
375. They're at 375. You're at 325 after this week. If they get 50 points, you get 100. You're tied.
It's gonna be F3 against C again next week, and Dolphin Chasers against Hug. So it's just gonna be.
Rip.
Yeah,
Rip.
GG.
Calling it
Sorry,
rip right
bro.
now. See ya.
Yeah, I mean, unless Hug pulls off like a miracle, then you know. Yeah, you're gonna have to get like second.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to beat them and then get second. Oh wait, right? You're on the same side of the bracket as them, right?
No.
No.
Oh, they're not?
So after we play
Oh.
C, we'd have to play Brawl.
Oh, sorry about that. Looks like you're not going to Burbank, bro.
You sound scrub somehow. No, but like it was a good shot. We did definitely I don't know. It's the same thing. We're gonna get fit this season, so GG.
Nah, dude,
Okay.
we'll just throw. Just
So-
make sure you beat whoever's round one.
Dolphin Chasers, they look like they're the 4th place coming into this, right?
Yeah, unless Akka comes out of its grave for 2 final weeks.
So how can Ak mess this up? If they just sign up and don't play, they can.
No, that won't be enough.
Yeah, because they'd still face Hug, so they already would, you know.
So all right, so
It's pretty much like unless Ak comes back and is
And actually
one of the
plays.
best teams, then it's not gonna change anything.
They'd have to play C, I think, right? They'd have to face number 2 or MXC.
MXC, yeah, they'd have to beat MXC probably.
Yep, they'd have to beat MXC because they're second. Oh wait, no, Aqua would face like Dolphin Chasers, round 1. Isn't it 4 versus 5?
Yeah, but
So-
Ak is
They're
dead
tied.
last. No.
For the month. Never mind.
yeah,
I'm
for
sure.
the month, Ak is dead
Yeah.
last.
Yeah,
So-
so they'd have to.
They would play Brawl, right?
Yeah,
No, they play mix.
depending on how many people show up, they would play MXC or Brawl.
Yeah,
So if Ak were to come back,
and then beat Mixed Company.
Probably not gonna happen, for the record.
right?
I mean,
I'm
It's
just
that's less likely to happen than KT actually going to Burbank.
What?
what?
Oh my god. Rex.
So Darky in the chat wants me to talk about EU. I don't know what's going on in EU because EU's never streamed anymore.
Yeah, so from what I understand, Team C played in EU this week.
Oh
dude.
yeah, I
They
was
did?
like, whoa.
How
Oh,
was
my
that?
5 kings now?
Well, I played Atrocitus apparently.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about the rest of my team. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there then. Like, I don't know, man. But
I literally have no idea.
I don't know. EU's not streamed anymore because
Kyle, you can post this in the chat.
all right, hold on.
That's the link, and it's just got like random where it has oh no, they changed it. They fixed it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, so shout out
Yeah.
to Bazooka137 again. I love these live update threads. I think they're
Yeah,
great.
they're awesome. But where it had
Five.
five Kings players
Uh-huh.
on there, it had Team C's. It like had our
Uh-huh.
personnel listed for 5 Kings.
Oh, okay. So so you played Atrocitus. All right.
Yeah.
I see that. But I don't know. It just looks like EU is just Dignitas, the H2Ks, and ASD, right? Isn't that all of EU? Or like the people who are probably making it to Cologne, it's where their finals are. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Without the official stream going on, it's like kind of difficult to like keep up with EU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even the devs don't care enough about EU.
I would volunteer to do it, but EU happens so late at night for me that
What the heck? I would do it. No one is like I would do the mess.
Oh, dude, Cow,
Oh my
me and you
God.
can like duo cast it, you know?
It would be sick. Tell the devs, let me cast EU because
Hey,
EU
man.
finishes well before NA starts. So I would.
When does it start? When does
Yeah.
EU start?
I want to
Like
say it
early in the
starts at
morning.
like 4 a.m. my time, so 7
So
a.m.
7
Eastern. or
7
something?
Eastern, yeah. Is it like 10 a.m. for them? Or wait.
It should be like noon.
No, it's
Or
the
2
same.
p.m..
It's the same time of day, but it's just a different.
I thought it
time
was
zone.
2 p.m. for them.
I don't know,
thought.
man. I don't know. EU is just stuff happens there. So okay, so answer me this: Ock can still make the season finals
Very
Theoretically.
unlikely.
theoretically. Like, of course, it's very unlikely.
Theoretically, F3 could too.
No, even if they were to
Hey.
play, it would be highly unlikely that they would make it.
Okay. So the fourth team, most likely, barring any like miracles, is Dolphin Chasers.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
let's put Dolphin Chasers in fourth. So BrawL is number 1 right now. Let's kind of just run through Burbank right now, just because
Brawl 1, MXC2, C3, DC4.
So it
it'd
would be
Brawl
versus
DC.
Dolphin Chasers, and then C versus Mixed
MXC.
Company versus C. I like this. I like this bracket a lot, actually. I feel like in the current state, like if we're playing this on like the live patch, I think BrawL would 2-0 Dolphin Chasers. And then Mixed Company versus Team C, depending on the lineup. Like
Who can adapt faster to this patch? No.
no,
We're
like,
gonna be like a month in.
no, Team
on it?
C's lineup. Like, if they, depending on who they run, I think it could go either way.
All right.
That's just me, dude. That's just me. So like, I don't know. I think BrawL.
Yeah, hey, Team C, what's going on with like your roster swaps every so often? Like
They've
sometimes
got-
you play.
We
with
don't have a
Pro.
roster. No. We
They've
don't
got
have
a
any
6
roster
people.
swaps. We just have 6 people. There's no roster swaps.
Yeah, but I mean, to me at least, it seems to be pretty obvious which 5 people usually perform the best together. But
All right.
you know,
If it's obvious to you, then I promise you it's obvious to us. Don't worry about it.
Yo, where was I going pro today?
He's not in town.
That's sad. Dude, I wanted to make fun of him for stuff, or just because I'm a mean person.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah, I know he's so easy to make fun of. Holy crap! All right, so last thing I want to touch on because I just remembered Swamp Thing.
Oh my God!
He's
Get
coming.
hype, dude.
He's coming out next week.
Get hype.
Or-
Oh
isn't
my
it this week?
gosh.
I think
No, it's
co-
December 24th. It's like 2 weeks.
All right, so he's coming out on Christmas Eve.
10 days.
So Swamp Thing, he looks like a really beefy enforcer. Lots of health, lots of like regeneration.
I'm playing him, AD.
CC.
You see that ult? I'm playing him, AD.
Yeah, that ult looks sick, man. So, initial thoughts without playing him. Go.
Oh, Swamp Thing.
That's my initial thought.
Just the name inspires him.
So
Nah,
is
the
he gonna
kid
look
looks great.
strong?
Yeah, the kid looks like one of those kids that will be playable no matter what his ratios are. And then given that they kind of make enforcer ratios like very uninteresting and like across the board very similar,
Mhm.
I would tend to think that I will play this champion. I will enjoy this champion. He seems like he'll be really good.
So let's talk about his. I believe it's his W, where he can put the tree down, and then just teleport to it.
It's pretty good.
Does that not look kind of bonkers, man? I think it looks.
But
like
you can
bonkers.
kill it.
You can kill it, but
Hello.
Is it bad I haven't even like watched the video or seen anything?
have
for
you
it
not
yet?
seen anything
Nah.
for Swamp Thing? What are
Nah.
you doing, man?
I don't know. Didn't care enough.
So, alright, his Q is like two little, like, things that you can attach to people. If you land both of them on a person, they get rooted. One is a slow, and you steal movement speed. W is you put a tree down, and then you can, like, teleport to that tree.
Oh, is it the 17th, really? That he's coming out? Holy
I think
shit.
so.
Let's
I
go.
know it was,
That's
like, really
the-
recent. Or, like, really soon. And then his E is like a knock up, knock back kind of thing, and his ult, he becomes the warrior king or whatever, and he gets like ranged basic attacks. He regens health, and any health that like is over his like maximum health turns into like temporary bonus health.
Ah,
So he gets like really, it looks like really tanky, and like he gets a lot of damage, and he has good crowd control.
somebody in chat said, let's talk about the leaked champs.
So
Did you guys see the pic of like the 3 leaked ones? It's like
alright.
Dexstar,
Yeah,
Deathstroke.
so on
Arcane,
the IC
Catwoman.
subreddit, someone it was Darky who posted a picture of like the Dev Ember, like they showed like the champion select screen from like the Dev client, so so it's Deathstroke, Deadshot, and Dexstar that were kind of leaked, and either I think it was Nightmare Catwoman. It was like a Catwoman character, but like it said in
Yeah, because Nightmare Catwoman's the one that's been data mined, so we just assume it's her.
So everybody's been asking for like Deathstroke, like a lot.
Yep.
My bones tell me Deathstroke's going to be a bruiser, so I'm not really excited about that.
I think that he could. I think he'd be an assassin, man.
Yeah, he could.
He's gonna
for
be
sure.
That
another-
makes sense.
But
gonna
my
be another
bones are
Blue
just telling me
Beetle.
he's gonna be a bruiser.
This is gonna be another Blue Beetle where he sucks for like 3 months after he's been released. Wait, how long has Blue Beetle been released for?
Like
been a
half
while,
a year.
right? Oh, yeah.
7 months.
And he sucked.
He
the
came
whole
out
time.
right after PAX. So when
Oh,
PAX
so
was
like
in April,
9
right?
months.
8
So like
months.
eight months.
8 months.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And he sucked the entire time, pretty much.
So
Oh, he's good right now.
so
All right, play him in a
Deathstroke-
scrim and convince me.
I have been Ask MXC. I have played him in almost every single scrim this week, and we won all but one of them, I think.
Have you been playing top lane?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Well,
all right. So
Why didn't you play him
Deathstroke-
today then? If you've been playing him in scrims with such good success.
Because we had a plan, Telly, and it was working,
and
wasn't
it didn't work, did it?
No, it was working, dude. And then I
it stopped
fucked it up.
working in about 15 minutes when we started destroying you guys.
No, you
Oh,
did.
man.
You started picking us off, but then you couldn't finish the game. We started winning team fights, but then I was retarded. So it's cool.
Yeah, and then like there's that Raider fight that just ended the game.
Yeah, that 4v5 you mean? Because I called it
Yeah.
idiot. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I remember that too. Anyway, so I'm gonna be very oblivious. Who is Dexstar?
He's a
He's-
cat.
He's a cat. He's just a cat.
Yeah.
He's just. Can I have him right now? I want a cat in the game right now.
Well, no.
What
you
is?
have to wait for him to come
Well,
out.
all right. What does he do? Like
He's
what
a
does
red
he-
lance.
Okay. So he's what do you think he'll be? Because that tells me Blaster.
What?
I don't know.
Which one
I don't
I
know.
think it would be Blaster.
Assassin.
Assassin.
Yeah.
I want a Kitty Blaster, man. I would love to play a Kitty Blaster. Hell, I
Oh,
just
you
like
got
to
you
play
got Star
Kitty.
Sapphire. Predator is kind of like a cat.
No, I want an actual cat. Like, I don't know. That looks cool.
You're trying to tell us something, Cal? Why are you pushing this cat blaster so much?
I really like cats, man.
Alright, man.
All right, Bird Bunny, calm down.
I follow Burr Bunny on Instagram, and anytime she posts a picture of like her cats, I always like it.
Of course you do.
Dude, I love cats. Anyway,
I like them on Facebook, but I don't even know what Instagram is. That's too newfangled for me.
Oh man.
Old
Anyway,
man over
so
here.
Deadshot,
Yeah.
barring the obvious marksman, categorization, do you think he could be anything else?
No, he's a marksman.
He has to be a
okay?
marksman.
Yeah.
He has to be.
If he's not a marksman, I'm quitting this game. I need to shoot more things with different guys. There's need to be more variety because the marksmen right now are just like.
You've got guns, you've got arrows, you've got arm cannons, you've got glaives that you throw.
Sound? Yeah?
Well, you shoot the sound out of the gun, man. That's what I'm
Whatever.
saying. What else do you have?
That's about it. Nightmare Catwoman?
Oh yeah, Nightmare Catwoman. So there's no picture of her. It's just the in development little placeholder icon. So they've got Blaster, they've got Assassin. Could she be a marksman?
Potentially. I don't see why not.
I feel like marksman would fit most with like what I'm envisioning a Nightmare Catwoman could be.
Maybe.
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 I don't know. It's like hard to tell. Like, what would you guys want Nightmare Catwoman to be?
I mean, it depends on what the other people are, honestly.
I would like for her to be an enforcer.
Really?
Yeah.
You want more enforcers in the game?
As many as possible.
Just turn everybody into an enforcer?
Yep.
So then nobody will do damage and nobody will die?
No, if everyone's an enforcer, then things start to get really fun. Because towers don't matter anymore.
Towers don't matter. How do you end the game?
You kill them, and they can't stop you.
Oh. Oh, okay. So, anyway, I think that's pretty much it for IC News for now. You guys have any thoughts?
Oh yeah, I want to
Anything you
shout
wanna-
out to my main man Smalls. Yeah, he's pretty good at this game. His name is Brian D, but he changed it for some reason. He said he didn't like all the recognition, so just if you see him in our games, make sure to say, "Hey, Brian." You know, he might not seem like he likes it at first, but he really actually does.
So, just huge shout outs to Brian D.
Huge shout out to Brian D, my man Smalls, okay?
Well,
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 all right.
Wait.
Let's just end it, because so shout outs. Are we all gonna shout out to Brian D?
shout out to Brian D.
Shout out to Brian D.
Shout out to Brian D. Any other shout outs that you guys
Awesome.
want to do?
Yeah. All right. Shout out to my teammates who were here today. Big shout out to iCubed. All right, that's a software development company, and they're gonna be sponsoring us in the
Nice.
upcoming months.
Nice.
So it's gonna be cool stuff.
What are you gonna get from them? Just
Listen, Kyle, get out of my business.
oh
all
man,
right?
oh man, dude, I'm just trying to see if I can get some free stuff, man. You got like iCube T-shirts? You just send me one. I love free
Yeah,
T-shirts,
sure.
man.
Yeah. I feel like there was someone else I wanted to shout out. Don't remember. Shout out to Detonator. He's the worst player who plays this game. Just wanted to make sure everyone knows that. I guess that's it.
All right, Katy Perry.
Shout out to F3. Shout out to my teammates. Thanks for playing with me. We're always, at least we have fun, right?
Do you mean thanks for carrying me because I'm such a scrub?
Oh yeah, that's totally it.
All right.
Oh, I already did my shout out,
Oh,
man.
you just wanted to shout out Brian D?
Just shout out to my man Smalls, aka Brian D. He missed it the first time, so here it is again.
You don't
You the
want
man,
to. You don't
Brian
want to
D.
shout out to Gamdius, to Brawl.
Nah.
None of that.
Nah.